Marcus Rashford has officially left Manchester United, at least for now. The 27-year-old England international has completed a shock loan move to Aston Villa for the remainder of the season, and Aston Villa has the option to make the transfer permanent for £40 million this summer. Is this the fresh start he needs, or is this the beginning of the end of his United career? Well, let's break it down. Rashford's departure has been brewing for months. He hasn't played a single minute for United since December 12th, when he featured in a Europa League match. Since then, he's been frozen out by Ruben Amorim, who made it clear that only players who give their all would feature, and there's a little bit of an inside baseball situation going on there. Amorim even went as far as saying that he'd rather play his 63-year-old goalkeeping coach than pick Rashford. Harsh? Well, maybe. But United has been looking for solutions, and now he's gone. Villa will cover at least 75% of Rashford's £325,000 a week wages, which could rise to 90% based on performance-based bonuses. This is a smart financial move for United, offloading wages for a player they weren't using, and it gives Villa a chance to see if Rashford can get back to his best. Emery felt they needed more firepower, and he personally pushed for Rashford's signing. Why? Because Emery has a track record of revitalizing careers. Just look at what he's done for players like Ollie Watkins and Leon Bailey. Rashford fits Emery's tactical system perfectly. He can play wide, cut inside, or even operate as a striker. If Emery can unlock Rashford of 2022, the Rashford who scored 30 goals in a season, Villa could have one of the most dangerous forwards in the league. But let's be honest, the move isn't just about Villa needing a forward, it's about Rashford falling out of favor at United. This season, he's been a shadow of himself, poor form, inconsistent performances, and questionable attitude. When he was left out of the squad for the Manchester Derby, it was a clear signal that Amorim was moving on. He has the manager trashing him. The club is pretty much done with him, and he hasn't really ever spoken ill of either. Like, he's just saying, like, hey, like, I'm ready for all this to end. Like, I'm ready for something new. Rashford, still an elite talent. He's just lost his way, and maybe Villa can give him a chance to prove himself. However, this doesn't come without some drawbacks. I believe his contract with Nike is also essentially being rethought of by Nike because of the fact that they consider Aston Villa to be a lower club than Manchester United. So it could mean that this move in itself, despite just being a loan, could cost Rashford some sponsorship money in the long run as well. Obviously, United needed to free up a lot of the financial burdens, and especially when they were at risk for PSR. So we'll see what happens this summer. And the real question is, will Rashford thrive at Villa? Rashford needs to really, step it up. Like, he needs to really perform at training. He needs to stop clubbing so much. This is a fresh start, and his mentality has to change. He has to really focus on the task at hand, and he has to get his head in the game, so to speak. Because now that you're in a new place, you don't have the depression that comes from being a United player where you could start off really good and then it all just falls apart. So hopefully Rashford can get his head in the game and Unai Emery can bring out the best in him. Let me know your thoughts below.